Good day, my craft along buddies. This is Jennifer with Just Crafting Along. Welcome to my channel. So today we are tackling paper storage. I have a ton of paper, probably just like every other crafter. I have a ton of paper from over the years. I would say from 1998 to now is when my paper hoarding kind of took place. I was into scrapbooking. I wouldn't make scrapbook pages just because the paper was too cute and I didn't want to lose it. So raise your hand. I know, raise your hand. Everybody raise your hand because you know. So we are going to tackle paper storage. I did go on YouTube and I did look up several people that I follow. And I looked up some of their ideas for paper storage. Mine was kept in these little... like I said, I get lots of my papers from Michael's, Joann's, anything that's local. I've never reached out. I have a few things from Crafter's Companion, a couple paper pads from Crafter's Companion, some from Kingston's Craft. I don't know, a few other companies that came in bundles, but I've never really gone online and I've never really ordered paper from a different company, which I think I might start doing once I start using more paper. But most of my cardstock does come from Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby, Craft 2000 when it was a store here in Michigan, Pat Catan's, it was Craft 2000, then Pat Catan's. So I do buy all my papers locally, and I've already organized my 12 by 12. I did like Jennifer McGuire's, if you can go to her, I think it's Jennifer McGuire Inc. or Jennifer McGuire. If you just look her up, she'll pop up. I did follow her organization for paper, and I did get for the 8.5 by 11. I did go and get the job tickets from Office Depot. These are working out great. I've already started my collection, so I thought I would go through. I don't have a lot of 8.5 by 11. I'm going to show you what I'm doing right now for my 8.5 by 11 for my calyx unit, and then I'm also going to show you what I'm going to do for my scrap paper. I have a ton of scrap because you know us crafters can't throw away even a little tiny piece because you're going to need that piece of paper. And I'm going to make two different bins, so stay tuned. But right now for that, so right now I'm going to take you through my 8.5 by 11. Sorry for the reflection. So I'm gonna keep the paper pad off for right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing for the 8.5 by 11, and all I'm doing is taking one of these job tickets, and you do need to cut the top off. If you don't cut the top off, it's not bad if you don't cut it off, but you do have slight overhang, and you can't really see the paper unless you're gonna display it like on the side or how you're gonna display it. If you have it in a cut off and you take off the top portion, then you have the ability to see it on the side. Let me show you the red. You can see it right here from the red. You can kind of see that you can see the red paper. And it's a little bit shorter. So all I did was kind of measure the length that I wanted, and I just went down, these have little slats right here and openings, and all I did was go down 4 little dots, and then I put a little black mark on the 4th dot. So I just held it up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, put a black dot right there, and I'm going to cut in between the black dot and the next hole. So it lines up very well on my my trimmer, and all I'm doing is put it in here, making it flush, and then I'm just going to move it up. And then I'm putting about that much off. So not very much, it's just the kind of the top part of the portion of the tag and this little binder. Even if you want to just cut this little piece off right here, but it's working very well for me to cut off about, I would say about a little over an inch. Inch and a half. It's about an inch and a half I cut off. So it's not that much. And then all I'm doing is I'm putting my paper pads together the way that I want them. And now, so I'll be back on after I do that, but I wanted to let you guys know that I'm starting with going ahead and trimming these down and put all my papers in this pack. And I'm facing them forward so I can see what color they are. And I just don't know if I want my unit the way it is or if I want to put it back the way it was, which you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. But by the end of this video, you will know. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and then we're going to go ahead and get out my scrap paper. So welcome to Scrap Paper Heaven. This is where I get most of my paper. My poor shelves I haven't had to use them unless I'm looking for a certain design of paper. Most of my colored cardstock comes from these two bins, but this is so far, this is kind of working for me, but I'm kind of not liking it. I like it that I have it in the packets where it's kind of sealed. These are kind of working okay for me. So I'm gonna set this aside. I do need to fix that. But my big thing is this bin right here. I'm going to, I have these in folders. These are from my daughter's wedding, which was 6 years ago. I don't know if I'll ever use them. I might be donating these. My scrap bin. I have them each color in each, in little tiny envelopes like this. And this is what I need to dwindle down. I have a feeling, gosh, I'm having a hard time saying this. I have a feeling a lot of paper is gonna be going in the recycling bin, and I'm gonna be probably cutting these down to a certain width and then trying to figure out what I wanna do. But this is a look into all of my scrap papers. You can tell that this was a piece of 12 by 12 paper. This was a piece of 12 by 12 paper. So you really don't need 12 by 12 paper, though you can only find 12 by 12 paper that's this cute. So just know that when you do 12 by 12 papers and you're in a card maker, you will have lots of scraps. So this is my scrap bin, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get this, this has worked for me for a long time, but now it's time to give something else a try. I'm still gonna probably use the same bin, little envelopes, and see if this works a little bit better. I'm just not for sure how I'm doing this yet. So, and again, like this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I used just the bottom half of it. So that's where we run into a lot of problems for our scrap papers. So leave me a comment below on what you've done that's helped you with your craft paper storage problem. So I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure what I'm going to do, but stay tuned because I think I have an idea. Let's take a look at my pink bag and what I can downgrade from and what I want to keep and what I want to donate or recycle. I don't need all of this paper because where this came from, I have more. I just like to have the scraps because, you know, you might need a little piece or you might need a little chunk. You don't want to waste a whole piece. But like this is a 5 by 7. This is a big chunk. So all these little pieces, do I really need all those little pieces? Why can't I just use this big piece? So I need to get it out of my head that I need to save pieces like, maybe like these ones I could save. But these little pieces, you know, they're great for sentiments, but when do you use them? And can you cut down another piece? And this what causes the bulk of my problem is when it's in my bin is fat at the bottom because all these little pieces rest at the bottom. So that is what I'm going to do. I am going to go through all my paper. I'm going to go ahead and sort it out and put it on my table in categories of like sizes. Like these are all the same size. And do I need all these colors? Will I use these colors? Can I donate these colors? Which ones am I going to donate? Which ones am I going to scrap? Do I need all these little pieces? Yeah. Is it going to break my heart and make me cry if I do happen to have some of these go into the recycling bin or if I donate them? Yeah, but I think I'm going to feel so much better. I think my clutteredness, it's not really cluttered. It's just taking up a lot of room. If you can see like this one, like right here. See how thick it is at the bottom? I need to get rid of this bulkiness right here. If this bulkiness was gone, this would lay flat and I could use all these bigger pieces. So that's where I'm at right now. And I want to give my other paper life. I want to be able to use my other colored cardstock or my other design cardstock because right now, sometimes I don't just because I know if I want a blue piece and it kind of looks like this, I'll use this instead of getting something new out. I go through all my cardstock and pick out the ones that I'm going to use again. I'm going to go through like this. I don't need. I know I don't need it. I know for in my head, I do not need this piece. Though if I save this piece, I can layer it and it would be so cute. So that's my problem. I gotta get it out of my head that I need every little piece of paper. But look how cute that is. That's adorable. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna put all these in little categories. And paper is my kryptonite. Paper is my ooh la la, I like you. This is my happy. These paper, for some reason, I like my papers, and I think that was my big downfall when doing scrapbooking, is that I would not make a scrapbook page because I didn't want to use the paper. So here it is put into their little categories and their sizes. I kind of try to match the sizes. But what I do notice is with me cutting A2 cards, which is I think 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I think. And then like a 4 by 6 card or a 5 by 7 card, you end up having pieces of paper that have, like this is my, I think this is the 8 1/2 by 8 1/2 piece of paper. This is what I have left over. So do I keep it? How do I go about going through my papers and keeping what I want? So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this pile. I know it pains me, but I'm going to get rid of this pile. This pile I do not need, but I am going to go ahead and throw away all this right here. I'm not, well, recycle it. I'm going to throw it in my bin to be recycled. This pile of paper is going to go, and that was causing my bulk. So that's gone. So now what I'm going to do is, will I really need to use these little pieces right here, or can I donate them? These I think I'm going to donate because I could clearly, just like all my other packs, is cut these up to the size that I need. So I think this little bit right here, this also is going to get donated. So this is going to get donated. Going to my sparkles, I know this piece got discolored, so I know that piece is going to go. I'm going to throw that piece away. These I'm probably not going to use on anything, so I know these pieces can go in to donate. And then I'm left with these pieces right here. I think I'm going to keep. I think I would keep these and maybe put this in a different bin and put these somewhere else. I'm not for sure, but I think I'm going to keep these ones. So I'm going to go through all this a little bit more, and I'm going to start getting rid of some things. Colors that are not pleasing to my eye. Colors I know I won't reach for, even if it matches a project. Like this bright, bright pink, I might go for it eventually for like a birthday card. But this color, this must came out of a paper pack. Even though purple is my favorite color, I don't know if I would use a muted purple. It kind of looks like a dirty color to me. So I think I'm going to donate this, or do I keep it because it's going to look really good for a matte layer? So do I donate or keep? So right now I'm going to put this in the donate pile. And then I'm just going to keep on doing that. Like this pretty pink is a very beautiful pink. Would it look great with maybe something like this as a matte layer? Can I use it as a matte layer? Of course I could. But right now I think I'm going to put that in recycling. This makes my eyes happy. This color makes my eyes happy. And I find myself being a muted color, or I call them elegant colors or rustic colors. Like this one's almost not in my realm of pretty colors that I like. But then again, could you matte layer? Yes, this would be a great matte layer and it'd be perfect for a sentiment. So that's my struggle right now, and I'm gonna have to struggle with myself off camera and figure out what I want to do. But I'm gonna come back and let you guys know what I cut it down to and what I'm gonna do with it. We also gotta get my envelope out of my other bin and put all these papers together and figure out what I'm gonna come up with. So I have a feeling this girl's gonna need some willpower, because look at this folder. Look at this folder. I'm gonna put this one over here. Oh, I'm gonna keep it here. Look at this folder full of nice, cute scrap paper. So I'm gonna separate all these out to this right here too, and I'm just gonna have to cut some of this down and start to donate. So oh my goodness, look at this packet. Look how much I took out of there. So you can tell how fat it was and how thick it was, but there's nothing in here now. So this is scraps that are gonna be recycled, and this is scraps that I'm gonna be donating. So look at all the stuff that I actually got rid of. Jennifer is getting rid of some scraps. So I'm not gonna second guess myself. I'm just gonna go with it. So my folder is empty, and you're like, well, how did you empty your folder? All I did was take the papers that were in here that were like a half a sheet of 12 by 12 or almost a whole sheet of 12 by 12. I put it back in the plastic sleeve that I got it out from. So they weren't too big. They already came out of there, so there was already room for them. So it dawned on me, if you took them out of the sleeve, that means there's one less paper in that sleeve. why not just put the scrap back in that sleeve? So that's what I did. So this folder is now empty. I'll show you guys all the paper I'm going to be donating. And this is the paper that's going to be recycled. And this is what I ended up with. And I put my bigger scraps back into the sleeve that it came from. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my colors. Okay, so I did it. Yay, I feel so much better. So let's start with my folders. They're completely empty. That means I have a clean bucket. I do not have any more scrap papers in this. It's all gone. It's completely gone. Now I have some cute little file folders to put in my stash. So let me put that aside. You say, Jennifer, where did it all go? So these are my 12 by 12 pads of papers, and all I did was I took them out of the paper pad. They're no longer attached, so I can just kind of, oh, this color is on here. I can go through here and just kind of grab it and pull it out. So it's no longer attached to the actual pad of paper, and that took some time. All my pads of papers are taken apart, but I put them in these big 12 by 12 envelopes, and what I did was when I went through my big pink box, I took the pieces of big cardstock out and I found out where I took them from, and I just put them back in the bin in the back. So I thought that would be the easiest thing to do, because if I got it out from here, I know that's where it belongs. So I put them all back, all the big pieces back into the same container. And I also took some of my 1.5 by 11 cardstock that was cut up in pieces. If they are long enough pieces, I put them back in the sleeve also. So black is a perfect example. This is my plaque ream. And all I did was take the job tickets. Let me grab my job tickets. All I did was take the job tickets and I cut them down, which is back in the video. I just took the job tickets and I cut the top part off and made it so it was, the paper basically fit in there. I left the paper inside the front, and it's 8.5 by 11. So I just cut down the job ticket to fit. And then what I did was, if the paper was long enough and big enough, I just put it back in this envelope. I just put it back in here with this. Because if I don't have any in my little to-go bin, I will go get this packet out and cut some more, and then I'll see that there's some leftovers. So I put all my leftovers, big pieces of leftovers, back into its original, well, actually not original. I put it back into the actual paper holders that I made for them. Show you. This is my trash. These are the pieces that I got rid of, so let me dump that for you. So not very much. This is gonna go in my recycling bin, so not very much, but it's little tiny pieces that I was hoarding for no reason at all. I mean, yes, can I make something out of that? Probably, but I feel so much better having the room, and I think it will help with my crafting. That is my trash. Let me get you my donation. This is everything that I'm donating. I'm gonna donate all of this just because I have enough paper to go through, and I don't need this much paper scraps. I know that there's a school out there that can use all these scraps. There's a nursing home that can use it. So all these scraps, I feel so good about this. All this stuff is going to donations. It feels really good to go ahead and donate this. Look at all this paper, and I have a whole, I don't even know why I was holding on to it. I have a whole entire craft room full of paper because I'm a paper hoarder. So it's time to spread the wealth. It's time to give other people the papers that I love and let them enjoy the papers that I've used and let my papers shine on. And this piece of paper is probably a good 10 years old. I remember I made a scrapbook thing from it. I remember what I used this for. This has got to be at least 10 to 12 years old. I haven't even used it. So I know exactly what I use this for. So that's the problem I have. I've been carrying this around for at least 10 to 12 years, and there is no reason. So this came with it. This went with it. So there is no reason to hold on to it, even though this is really, really cute. Okay, so we're going to keep going before I put it back in my pile. So, but these are all my little scraps. I was holding on to these. I mean, I know you're all shaking your head. Yes, you feel me. You feel me. I know you do. So I am going to, like I said, I am like this piece of paper. Yes, can I use this for leaves? Probably, but you know what? If I need more, I will order more. I'm gonna share. I'm going to share my papers that I love with other people. I'm all about sharing and caring. So in my box, if you guys remember it, it was expanded this big and the envelopes were really thick. What I was able to accomplish. This is the same bin. So look at how good it fits now. Look at all that room I still have. So I'm gonna show you guys my paper and the way I have it, and I'm not for sure if I like it the way that it is. And this is gonna be my 8.5 by 11. I like my 12 by 12. I totally love the way I have my 12 by 12 set up. But my 8.5 by 11 I just did yesterday and finished up this morning, and I'm not for sure if I like it the way it is. So I kind of want your guys' input. Can you let me know? Once I get over there, I'll ask you guys a couple questions, and please in the comments let me know what you think, and I'll let you know how it ends up. But I'm gonna want your guys' input, and we'll go from there. So this is the cardstock that we just did. That I just took out of all my binders, and I just put them in the job ticket sleeves. These are my 8.5 by 11. My shelving units were like this. One was like this, and this one was like that also. This is all my white paper, my black paper, and then this is my watercolor paper and other kinds of white, ultra white paper. But these are my 8.5 by 11 cardstock that is colored. And I turned it on its side just because I wanted to be able to see the colors of the paper. But I'm not for sure if my eyes are happy. This is kind of driving my eyes crazy because they're not uniformed and they're not the same. So I went ahead and put these back the original way I had them. This is not what it looked like when I had the papers in it the first time, because you couldn't tell what the papers looked like because I had them in different bins. I do like it like this, but I still want your input. If you like it the other way, or if you have a way that I should do it, give me your feedback. Like I said, I do like this down here, even though it's all muted colors and not very vibrant. I do like this area down here. Okay, so I want to do it this way also. So the first design is going to be A, the second design will be B, and this will be design C. So in the comments, let me know which one you like. This is going to be C, and it kind of looks like this. And then you have the other two. The one before this is going to be B, and the one before that is going to be A. So in the comment below, let me know what design you think will look the best. I know it's not a lot of color and it's not a lot of pop, but I kind of like it. But if you have any other advice to make this kind of sparkly and pretty and vibrant and to speak more, let me know in the comments. So I look forward to your guys' comments, and let me know if it's A, B, or C, or something totally different. There can always be a D. This is my 12 by 12 paper. This is also in sleeves. I do like it this way. It's already done taken care of. So I do like this one. Little Crafter's Companion. I'm telling you, I'm a cardstock hoarder. I'm telling you. So, but I do have Crafter's Companion 8x8, and let me show you that. So this is my Crafter's Companion 8x8 cardstock that I have, and yes, I have a ton of it. And then this is just the extra whites and extra other ones I have from Crafter's Companion, but this is all for my subscription boxes. And then I have one more place for cardstock, and then all of this is also filled with cardstock, which is already in sleeves also. So this one's okay. I like this setup. This is my overflow of other paper pads I have. So Jennifer does not need scraps. Jennifer needs to use her paper. So I'm so happy that I was able to go through my scraps. So let's go back to the table. So again, we went from a very crowded storage packages that were overflowing with little odds and ends down to a nice, smaller, fits nicely, it's easy on the eyes, it makes my eyes happy. I do love the way it turned out. I love that I have this much room. I love that I'm going to be able to go like this and see what color it is instead of taking each one out. I try to keep them in the same order, but sometimes you're busy and kind of just put it in there. But I love how much room I have, and this is really making my eyes super duper happy. So in the comments below, let me know what kind of organization tips that you have for scrap papers, because I'm sure in a week I'm gonna probably have a lot more scrap paper. I'm gonna have 2 bins on my table, one for scrap paper that I know I'm gonna donate, and one for scrap paper to be cut down and put into these or back into the actual pad that I got it out of. So I'm gonna try really hard to keep my scrap papers down. So in the comment below, let me know what kind of organization tips that you use and that you like, and let me know about my cabinet. Which way you would do the shelving units over there. So I look forward to your guys' comments. And you know, as always, lots of love, and I'll see y'all soon. Thank you for watching, my Craft Along buddies. If you loved what you saw today, Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, lots of love and see you soon.